Well, we're down at Scrow and it's a big day today. Judi-Bee and Yolanda are going to be meeting their foster moms for the first time. So, yeah, it's always an exciting time to see how this is going and how they're all going to react.
Just having a quick snack before they meet their mums. And then the mums will come in and enjoy some food with them as well. Meanwhile, we've got the other scrow babies in the troop having a drink. Oops. Buffy wants to come in. Vera.
That's Vera.
Vera arrived as an orphan in 2018. She was found alone on the roadside in the town called Hoedspruit, close to us, and then brought through to the foundation.
Judi-Bee looks very interested in Vera. This is a good first start. Yolanda's seen Vera and is not so happy. And Yolanda's currently hiding in the feeding cage, but Judi-Bee's a little bit braver. This is Eileen, another previous orphan.
Aline arrived in 2017. She was kept as a pet for a little bit of a while. She has a small hole in the top of her left ear, arched back and kind of fluffy brow.
Judi-Bee seems to be alright. It's just like Yolanda.
So these two are being very cautious of the moms, finding safety close to the feeding cage because of course they can just nip around and run in if everyone comes close. But as you can see how they're looking around constantly to see where the other monkeys are and what's happening in their surroundings. So at least you can see they're very aware, they understand what's going on, are a little bit of frightened. So it's going to be interesting to see how long it takes for one of the moms to get close and with them.
So that's Vera with Judi-Bee. It's the first interactions.
Well, this will be Judi-Bee. She's the braver of the two and doesn't seem as frightened as what Yolanda actually is.
So Vera tries to go to the perch for Judi-Bee and Yolanda, and Judi-Bee actually chases Vera away. Tells her to stay away from her. Vera's decided she's either going to leave or get some more help. Sashi enters. Sashi was with the other babies, but she seems a bit more experienced.
Sashi came through in 2016 as an orphan. She was brought through from Johannesburg, so she is well established in the troop and certainly knows how to behave as a foster mom.
Sashi keeps trying. Judi-Bee and Yolanda hugging in the corner. They are scared. And Vera tries approaching. Sashi gives Judi-Bee a big hug.
So Sachi's managed to get hold of Judi-Bee, and of course we'll start seeing the change in Judi-Bee's attitude now.
Sashi seems to have calmed them down a little bit. Oh, first grooms.
Yolanda's still very scared in the back there and trying to keep away as far as possible.
Sashi with Judi-Bee.
So you can almost like see the transformation of how the little one kind of realizes that, oh, this is kind of great. I love being hugged by mom and this extra fur and the warmth and feeling special. And, it's just quite amazing, the change. Like you see them in the beginning so frightened and scared and running away and everything. And then once the mom actually manages just to get hold of them and show them that little bit of love, their whole disposition changes completely. And they're so submissive and just want to be on the mom. And it gets to the point that you can't get them away. They just don't want the mom to go anywhere. So it's actually very cute and nice to actually watch this progression with the little ones. Let's hope Yolanda's not going to take too long.
I think Judi-Bee has some problems clinging on with her leg due to the fracture, the old break. Which may be why she doesn't want to cling on so much.
So even though the mom doesn't understand or know what's wrong with Judi-Bee, at least she's accommodating and she's not just trying to run away. She is adding that extra grooming and still trying to create the bond, which will make things a lot easier as they sort of progress. But you can just see how happy little Judi-Bee is there with her newfound mom. So little Judi-Bee at the moment getting all the attention, while her little friend Yolanda is just hiding away and keeping away from the moms at the moment. But I think just even her seeing the grooming going on and the change is going to make her want to come down and eventually join. Well, there we go, just speaking about her, she just popped past. So I'm sure after a while she's actually going to see what's going on and want to also be part of it. It just takes a little bit more time and a bit more patience, which you can see these moms are willing to do. So it does help with them having a little bit more experience and seeing what's going on. There's no real forced interaction as such, even though they do walk over and try and touch the little ones every now and again. It's just to try and break the ice and show them that they're not here to injure them or harm them anyway. But you can still see how little Yolanda's still looking out and careful about how she's drinking and where she is, and very aware of where the females are.
So Yolanda's actually approaching Sachi now. And Sashi decided to return to the troop. Chaim, her original baby, is out in the troop and has been up to the cage a couple of times. So I think she's gone to find him, but it's a good initial contact for Yolanda and Judi-Bee. So Felicia and Pola have been in together for quite a long time. Pola's there by the gate. Now we've let Felicia out because she was biting on the ropes and wasn't happy, so we got Vera in, who's just giving Judi-Bee a big hug. You can see the baby's already much more confident. It's now the afternoon. And Vera's managed to finally give Judi-Bee a big hug. And Judi-Bee's much more accepting since this morning.
It's easier to spot Judi-Bee if you just look for the fluffy one. So she is a little bit more confident. They are hesitant now because the moms have changed a little bit. But you can see they are a little bit more relaxed. They're not as scared as what they were initially in the beginning. The moms are not allowed to get a lot closer to them. and there is some interaction, a little bit of play fighting and stuff. Although it's a little bit nervous, they're slowly breaking the ice and getting used to each other.
Just let Mika in. She's given Judi-Bee a hug.
Mika arrived in 2018. She'd been kept for a pet for about 8 months before she came to the foundation. We're not really sure of her history before that, but she has to have a short little tail due to an injury.
And Pola's gone because she wanted to go out, so we've got Sachi back in with Mika. So Sachi was the first mum of the day, and she's gone straight to Judi-Bee. And looks like she's going to try and touch Yolanda as well.
Candi and Bobby just came in for their last drink. Well, maybe not completely last, but one of the last drinks in the intro cage before their release into D&D troop. So today they will be joining Linda and Giovanni in the troop. Mom Cheyenne probably also quite excited to leave. She doesn't know what's coming yet. So we just have to do some final maintenance and painting them blue and just little things like that before they get released. We have quite a nice day for it today, as long as it doesn't rain a lot. It's not too hot to stand outside and observe them. So yeah, exciting day. Are we getting a groom from Cheyenne? My Candy's climbing around in the back. Candy grooming Cheyenne. Trying to get some more purple paint on her, but she's quite difficult for jumping around. Bobby's not so difficult. He has enough.
As a raisin, I'll buy those food.
So Bobby has been outside, but he decided he wants to be back in, so he got a bit scared, and now he's with Shanae, who's giving him her relaxing groom. It seems to work because he fell asleep. So hopefully now they will go out together and he will be comfortable walking with her or clinging to her. Candy's already outside. She's found Cheyenne and seems to be happy with Mommy, so it's all quiet in the troop so far. I've got Cheyenne now with Candi and Bobby. Candy's very nervous. She's now holding on to Bobby. But they've all found each other. So from now on things should go smoothly, hopefully.
Cheyenne came in 2016, was fostered by Melandro. She got a kind of dark face, which you can see from here, and shiny eyes. There's a scar on her left eyebrow due to an old wound, and she does have a fairly scruffy type of coat.
Well, Bobby just got an electric shock. Tried to climb the fence. Now he's getting a big hug from Cheyenne. Candy trying to get in there and get the attention herself. I've got Crumpet coming up, very high rank female. So Cheyenne just did a bit of a submissive grunt to her to stay out of trouble.
So at D&D, Bobby and Candi were released today. This is their first main feed out in troop. Took them a while to come out and get some food, which is actually better. Now they're busy eating with Cheyenne and some others. Male Kirby decided to show up. Over there is Chica. Spent a lot of time watching over them today.
Chica arrived in 2016 and she was fostered by Honey Bear.
So I had to show them the bottle from outside. But this Bobby and Candi both drinking from the feeding cage now. Which is really great for first day. They've eaten at main feed and they have now drank milk. Shan waiting outside for them. Doesn't trust me all too much. Clearly really thirsty after a big day. Some commotion is going to scare him back to mom. Baby's gone.
Do you know what happened to Mum?
I'm going to assume Mum was shot because when they sent us the photo of her before she came to us, they were all sitting in hunting gear. So,
Okay. Well, if she's drinking well, hopefully she won't have to spend too long with us and can meet her mum soon.
no, exactly.
All right.
Where you want to go?
Shall I take her?
Welcome to.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye, Kelly. Bye. God. You'll be alright. Thank you, guys.
Take care.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Look at her. Do you like the bill? Yeah. I'm just going to check her teeth. Colour of her gums is good. Teeth looking fine. Yeah. Yeah. And how are your ears doing? Okay, your skin. How's your skin? Let's check her hydration. It's good. But they said she's been drinking milk well, so that's good.
Nice.
And I just want to feel her arm, see if there's anything broken, any abnormalities. This is easier than usual. Has she got a good grip in her hands? Yeah. No broken fingers. Okay. Let's feel the rest of your body. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, nose. 81. Mariella seeing her new environment for the first time.
So Mariella has been taken down to Disneyland and they'll start meeting the other little ones down here.
Welcome to Disneyland, baby. It's okay. You're going to come out. Meggy and Mariella meeting. Yeah.
So little Beau's come through to Disneyland just to see how he goes, and he'll basically be meeting Mariella. So it'll be interesting to see how this little meeting goes. Also just to see what Beau's coordination's like once he gets to move around a little bit more freely.
Mariella's come to say hello to Beau.
It's nice.
Well, the first little meetings are kind of always the little difficult ones, just to see if you like your new friend. Not unfortunately that Beau is not the most handsome looking little guy at the moment, but I don't think monkeys really mind.
Okay, so we're just in with Disneyland, and the new arrival Mariella seems to be a lot of fun. We've got Shelley and Sonia today, who's been taking care of them. How's Mariella doing, Shelley, today?
So Mariella is a bundle of energy constantly. She's doing really well though. She loves playing. She has learnt the feeding cage very quickly, so she guzzles milk and goes in and out of the feeding cage really well. So,
well, just look at these two kind of a day later. They seem to have become the best of friends already. I don't know if they really want to share their fruit or if Mariella wants to share it with Beau, but he's just helping himself. He's looking a lot better. When you first saw him just a little while ago, how rough he looked, like a real ruffian. His coat's looking a lot better even as well. Maybe he groomed himself because there's a girl in his company, I don't know. But these two are doing so much better. You can just see how they're getting around, how they're interacting with each other. I think it just helps them calm down and relax a lot more when there's another little monkey to sort of get around with. And either there's a little bit of competition or just a companion basically to climb around with you and talk to and things like that. It makes a heck of a difference in these little ones' lives. Of course, we've also got little Maggie. You'll remember she was found alone on a nature reserve and handed into a place called Maholoholo. And she was a very, very small and didn't really like drinking milk at all. But she seems to be getting on fairly well at the moment. And hopefully she'll make friends with these three, or these two, should I say. And we can see how they're going to get on. further when we take them over for their introduction. But of course, drinking milk is a vital part. We've got a little Beau out here as well, just having a look what's going on. You can see how good his movements and things are, which are quite fantastic. He is moving around a heck of a lot easier, which is fantastic.
Orphan Beau in Disneyland. Caught on camera doing a wee. It's the first morning he started off. No Beau in Disneyland. It's going well. It's a bit chilly this morning, so we've got a nice pile of blankets and a hot water bottle, and of course Mariella. Mariella is a small nightmare. Hi Beau. Aren't you, Mariella? She likes to get into everything.
Well, it's great to see how well little Beau is actually doing. His understanding, his coordination, it all seems to be coming back. So it's very difficult when you've got head trauma patients. You just don't know how things are going to turn out in the end. But this little one is doing so well. He's improving in leaps and bounds, which is really fantastic. He's able to work things out. Of course, he also enjoys getting hold of his milk and drinking his milk every now and again. And he seems to be coping with that with no problem. He's learned how to suck properly and take his milk when he needs to, which is important. So hopefully he'll get used to going into the feeding cage soon. And of course that's going to help him to get into integrations a lot sooner.
Susie Q with Yolanda and Judi-Bee snuggling in.
Susie Q, we don't really have much information on her. She came in 2015, so she's been here quite a while. She is quite a good foster mom. You'll also see it's easy to recognize her in some ways because she doesn't have any black hands or feet, and her tail's kind of pointy at the end. So as I did mention in the last section, there's quite a transformation. As you can see now, Judi-Bee doesn't want to be away from her new moms. She just wants them to hug and hold her the whole time. Yolanda is still being a lot more independent.
Smudge, one of the low-ranking females, is in Scrow now, and apparently Judi-Bee has been clinging on to Smudge for around about an hour. And even with her leg injury, she's still able to cling on, so that's really good news. And she's even giving Yolanda a little groom as well.
We do get asked if any monkeys do get born at the foundation. And yes, although we do vasectomize all the males, and every year we sort of have a vasectomy program, we do get the occasional one that creeps through. In this case, Smudge was one of them. She was born in 2008 to the troop. She's got a very distinctive white moustache, a small scar above her left brow, and a very lightly grey coat. So you can see her quite easily once you get to recognise her.
Okay, so we're down at Scrow watching Smudge with Yolanda and Judi-Bee. And we're here with Sky, one of our primate carers from South Africa. Sky, give us an update on what's happened on your shift today, this morning.
Okay. So this morning, actually Buffy and Susie Q were in the intro cage with Yolanda and Judi-Bee. But both of them actually were quite eager to actually get out. That's Buffy and Susie Q. And so now we have Smudge in, and Smudge is one of the lower ranking females. but she's enjoying her time here in the intro cage. And I think actually Judi-Bee she's very attached to Smudge at the moment, also suckling as well, but she's actually been on Smudge for latched on for about an hour almost. And Yolanda is also getting along quite well with Smudge, also wants a lot of cuddles and hugs. She'll wander down and get some fruit, but always returns back to Smudge. And yeah, at the moment for quite a while now they've been cuddling and stuff. It's probably the weather, but yeah, they all seem quite happy at the moment. So,
Fantastic.
yeah.
That's really good news to see them getting some cuddles today as well. So I think they've found a good mum for now anyway.
Yes, yeah, I think Smudge is quite happy that she gets a chance with the babies as well. So, yeah.
Great. Thanks for the update.
Yeah.
So Giovanni, Candi and Bobby are all on top of the feeding cage now. They looked like they want milk, but that is not the way to go. So let's see if they figure it out. I think Bobby is distracted with banana. Cheyenne joined them. Candi just got a bit of a fright.
As you're all probably very aware by now, the feeding cage is probably the most important aspect of the whole integration process, and that's why it's so important for us to actually monitor and see if the little ones are climbing inside the cage and actually drinking the milk and how much milk. So most of the monitoring after the release is really going around and trying to spot where the little ones are and to see if they're getting into the feeding cages or not. Of course, if they're not, it's a little bit of a problem because we might have to bring them back in just to make sure they're getting enough sustenance, because they're not going to get anything from their moms, and they certainly need to know how to use those cages to survive.
Candi.
Turk is a female from 2019. She was handed over after being rescued and kept for a short time. Her mother was hit by a car. She was quite a large little female, and she was very fast in getting integrated, and we managed to get into the troop very, very quickly with Barney and foster mom Melandro.
Cheyenne with Bobby, and then on the right is Linda. Here we've got Candi. Fiona has been quite interested in her, the one without arms. Even been grooming her with her little stumpy arms.
I think the real hardest part and sad part for Fiona is really this grooming part and being able to grab a little baby and pulling it close to her, because she's absolutely unable to do that. I think it is lucky that she has got a little bit of her stump there so that she can have a little bit of interaction, because she so wants to get involved with the little babies, but to actually get them to interact, as you can see, it's very, very difficult under her circumstances. And of course the little ones don't always want to hold on at this age. They've sort of settled with their moms, so it is a little bit more difficult for her, but you've got to give her all the time for the patience and for trying and for what she's basically achieved and able to do. So she is quite an unbelievable monkey and quite magical in the way she gets around and manages to do everything.
Turk trying to play with Bobby. much for his liking. He's just playing dead. Candi jumping around.
So little Giovanni is very lucky because he's going to take on his mom's ranking. Although him being a male, it won't last all his life, probably just until he's about 3 or 4 years of age.
Bobby drinking in the feeding cage. While outside, we've got Giovanni and Linda. With alpha female precious. Melandroy is waiting for Bobby. I think that bottle is finished, boy. Move on to another.
Okay, you can see Hazel down there. Felice is the mum in the troop. Hazel also, she sees, or maybe she hears that it's Maggie coming. They're all running up to look. Going past Nicholas. Yep, Felice is coming already. She knows her baby.
Giovanni visiting.
So Mum's been waiting by the door. Alpha female precious. Maggie's just, you can't really see, but Felice is right there in the corner, waiting to come in, but precious alpha female's by the gate.
I'm not too sure if you all remember little Maggie. She was introduced to Felice, and she was doing very, very well, except for some reason she developed a thrush and stopped drinking. So we unfortunately had to pull her back out of the troop and just treat the thrush and get her to be drinking from the bottle again, because that's very, very important. And a lot of times I get people asking questions, do the foster moms remember their little orphans and things like this? Well, you can just see how Felice and this little one are trying to get back together, and you'll see when they get the reunion how much they actually start meaning to each other, even though it's a foster mom and it's orphan. Well, Precious has moved out the way, and Felice is right over to come straight back in. We just got to be a little bit cautious, because we can't let her just grabbing Maggie and going out into the troop. They do have to stay in the intro cage for a little while, so it is a little bit tricky. And of course we lost our little window there, because now we've got others coming up to watch and seeing what's going on. So everybody's all excited and just seeing if we can get Felice on her own. Yes, there she goes. She's in. And look at little Maggie, how happy she is, straight into her mom's arms. Big hug for everybody there. Isn't that amazing? It's just so fantastic. Just seeing how much the moms love these little ones and how the little ones actually get so attached to their foster mothers. And yeah, this is just really, really great to see. So we've got another nice little couple going on here, and I'm sure Felice is not going to let this little one go too soon after losing her once already. So Felice is making happy little grunting sounds every now and again. Really happy to have her little one back again, and she hasn't even moved. They're just holding and hugging each other. So glad to be in each other's arms again.
There comes food. Thank you.
And we got food coming.
Phyllis and Maggie are starting to get ready for sleep. Very happy to be back together, snuggling on the perch.
So we just check in on little Lily to see how she's doing. And of course this is one of our adapted feeding cages because she wasn't drinking out of the bottle. So we've made a special adaptation where she can drink out of this bowl and basically get her sustenance from that, which she seems to be enjoying a lot, and seems to be managing quite well to be able to drink her milk from this little bowl. She is of course at the age where she really does want to play with the little ones, so she does spend her time looking out for them to come and get some kind of interaction. But of course it's just going to take a little bit of time. We're just going to make sure she is settled in properly and accepted nicely by everyone. She is small, so she can get into trouble if we're not careful. So we're just going to take our time and make sure things go properly and that she can eventually get integrated without a problem.
So this is Global Intro Cage. Today we put Red back. Red has been in sick bay for a couple of days for not feeling very well. Found in the troop weak, barely moving, unable to climb and lethargic. So we trapped him, treated him for all kinds of things, put him back today just to see how well he's moving. And as you can see, best friend and partner in crime Django is very happy to have him back. Django was an instrumental part in knowing where Red was when we couldn't see him in the troop because Django was always close by. When the local guys went in looking for Red, Django was very protective over him. So it was very clear something was wrong, just wasn't sure what. These two have been together since they were orphans, and clearly their bond has not broken 3 years later. Well, someone missed Django. Look who self-released back into Global, huh? You're supposed to be on meds, Red. We think he climbed out through the fence. Because the door is untouched. Hello, Tony.
Well, integrations is a big part of the work we actually do, getting these little ones back out to foster moms. And I think this was a fantastic episode just to see how that happens and how much they actually love and appreciate their new foster mothers that they find. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you for those people that keep donating via PayPal. You're what's keeping us alive currently at the moment. Volunteer numbers are still very, very low, so we're still struggling where that's concerned. So thank you everyone out there for your support, for watching, spreading the word, watching the adverts, and just being part of the family. We do appreciate it. Thank you.